and the Mexican Snowman coming at you live with our reactions to 217 GSP versus Michael Bisping. The count. Really wrong with our predictions. So Maxwell, what'd you think about the fight card?
It was amazing. It was probably the best one this year so far. They would have thought 3 title changes in one night.
I know, man. Like,
Who
go ahead. Sorry.
Who saw that coming? Not me.
I definitely did. I mean, out of all of our big predictions, we basically, actually, I don't know if I got any of the major predictions right at all.
I know I didn't.
So, I mean, the Hendricks fight, I called it. I remember that. I remember calling him getting dominated, which it took 2 rounds, though.
Yeah, that guy looked like he was on roids.
Yeah, Costa, he was definitely on roids. If he's not, then he's just a freak of genes, you know. Which he's from Brazil too, right?
Yeah, and there's no Brazilians that big unless you're on TRT.
Yeah. Well, to me, if you want to sum up the whole card for the whole night, I've got to say, in my opinion, 2 things happen. For one, probably the best fight card I've ever seen. Like, in all, not the best fights I've ever seen, but if you put it all for a whole, like, the card was better than any other card I've ever watched, I believe. And another thing is, I was 100% wrong about GSP coming back. 100%. No way I thought that he'd be able to stand and bang with Bisping, and he did. He did great. You know, I mean, Bisping, not to take anything away from Bisping either, because when Bisping was on his back, he did a lot of damage to GSP. GSP was cut up after that fight. And if I was judging the fight, this might be a little controversial, but I had Bisping winning it until he got choked out, just because of the damage he was throwing on bottom.
I don't know about that. GSP did get 3 takedowns.
Yeah, he did. He wasn't doing damage until he rocked him. And now when he rocked him, yeah, it was. And Super Hurt called it. I know that we didn't have the audio for it, but he called the submission. I wish we would have had that.
In the 3rd round.
Yeah, he called it 100%. He called the fight perfect. And you know what he told me before we did our picks, that he was going to pick Dillashaw, but we all ended up going with Cody, which that was dude, that was an amazing fight. Cody had him beat at the end of the 1st round. He had him knocked out, but the time ran out, and then he comes back out in the 2nd. Dillashaw, how tough is that guy, man?
Yeah, he got rocked. The next thing you know, he comes out and just lays a whipping for somebody.
Yep. Well, there's one fight that we haven't mentioned yet, because to me it's the upset of the century, and that's Rose coming out like a thug, beating up Joanna.
Who saw that coming?
I did not. There was no way in hell I would have ever saw that coming, dude. That was amazing. I actually have that on my YouTube channel, the win. So if you haven't seen it yet, check out the videos, and it's on there. It was amazing. It was one of the coolest things I've ever seen.
I agree.
I never would have thought Joanna was gonna get beat like that too. I think, like, if I saw Rose, like if it was just a crazy thing that happened, I thought that Rose might catch her in like one of those crazy flying arm bars or something, you know, like, because she's always throwing some crazy stuff.
Yeah.
And talk about a star, dude. She's gonna be a star if UFC pushes her. She's gonna be a huge star.
Yes, I agree. You gotta love the thug.
And on top of that, like I said, GSP surprised the crap out of me, coming out thicker than a Snicker, and actually standing and banging with Bisping. And when he took him to the ground, I think that was his only mistake of the fight. Like, if he would have just kept it standing, he was winning, in my opinion.
Very true, very true. Also on the card we had Wonder Boy getting a huge win over Masvidal.
Yeah, that was a big win. He said I think he hurt his thumb. Maybe he broke his thumb at the end of that fight. Yeah, it's a bummer. But that's not too serious of an injury. He should be able to come back pretty quick on that.
Yeah, very true. Well, we just talked about the Costa Hendricks. Costa, UFC needs to be at his door as long as USADA give him a
Yeah.
P test.
I totally
I've never
agree.
seen anybody. Cause he was a big welterweight.
Yeah, he was. He looked like he was about 2 weight classes above Hendricks. And Hendricks, man, it's time to hang it up, bro. You look pure dog shit out there to me.
Time for you to go.
I mean, I hate it. Hendricks, he's a legend for what he did in the past. You know, he didn't get the win, but I think he beat the crap out of GSP. To be honest with you,
I agree.
that fight wasn't even close.
And his TRT days are behind him.
You know, coming off this fight card, I think we pretty much covered the whole card. Oh, one more thing. Oven St. Preux, beast.
Woo.
Dude, he is a contender. He should be a contender now for sure. He's got a truck for a left foot, that's for sure. And he's got great submission skills, and he just knows how to fight. He knows how to stay on his feet. He knows how to take it to the ground if he wants to. I mean, he's just all around great fighter. So coming off, go ahead.
The most controversial fight of the evening was the Godbeard and Walt Harris fight.
Yeah.
Very controversial with the kick.
Yeah, he definitely knew what he was doing. Like, he knew that was going to be an illegal kick.
If you guys go back and watch the highlights, the ref says, time, and he just wallops God, KOs him. It's a horrible, horrible display of sportsmanship. It was unsportsmanlike for him to do that.
Yeah.
You know, he heard the ref.
It was blatant, too. Like, he knew what he was doing.
I agree, but on his Twitter account, he's saying he said he's going to try to reverse this decision, but I kind of see it's going to be hard for UFC officials to reverse this when the ref's clearly in front of him, and he's clearly saying time, 3 or 4 times.
Yeah, it was a shame, but I don't want to waste any time talking about that because it was ridiculous. Homeboy knew what was going on there. I was pulling for the guy too. I mean, didn't he fight? Didn't he take a fight on short notice like a month ago with
He took the Wardoon fight on short notice.
Yeah, that's right. And he come in there and he looked like a fool, but he got paid, you know. So I guess.
Yeah, he got put that food on the table.
Yeah, people have done a lot worse things for money.
Oh yeah.
So, anyways, we're bouncing off this card, which was amazing, and we've got like 5 more straight weeks of fights from UFC.
I believe that's right.
We don't really cover Bellator, but there's a lot going on with Bellator too, and I'm sure other fight organizations. I really just keep up with Bellator and UFC. There's so much to keep up with. It's hard to keep up with anybody else, anyways.
I agree.
But
our biggest loser of this fight card was probably Johnny Hendricks.
Oh yeah, he definitely. It's time to kind of put up the gloves, man. It's time to retire.
Yeah, he's not been the right since losing his title to Robbie Lawler.
Yeah, and another thing about it is it's hard for him to cut weight, which I know he went up in a weight class, but I heard he cuts from like 220, so that's pretty crazy for that weight class too.
Yeah.
And he's got a steakhouse, so he's probably just eating nothing but red meat.
Oh yeah.
But his cardio, his cardio ain't very good, and if you get past the first round with him, you pretty much win it. It sucks. It sucks, man, because I used to be a fan of his. Like, he's got an awesome left hand, but he had bicep surgery on that hand too. I don't know if you knew that.
Yeah.
So that sets you back. But the biggest winner, who's the biggest winner to you? I agree with the Johnny Hendricks, biggest loser.
It's unanimous. It's the upset of the century, possibly of the year. Rose is by far the biggest winner that's walked through the doors, except for maybe Holly Holm when she knocked out Ronda Rousey.
Yeah. Well, even looking at that fight now that it's over, yeah, I really don't think that was an upset. Now, at the time, it was a huge upset, but just people caught up with Ronda. But this we know for a fact there was nobody as good as Joanna. I mean, nobody give her a chance, dude. And, well, my boy, Brendan Schaub, I heard him talking about it today. He said that he put $500 on her just because he's from Denver. And he trained with her before. And he knew that she was crazy, but he didn't really think that she was going to win the fight even, so.
Yeah. That's funny. You know, Schwab is the biggest sports bettor in the world right now, I know of.
Yeah. But it's crazy, man, that she come out there and won that. Like, I mean, I know me and you watched it together. We jumped up in the air. We were so excited. And, dude, it's one of the most defiant, like, in women's MMA, it's probably one of the biggest wins ever.
I totally agree.
But, you know, and that leads us to this, like, what's next for these people that were on this card? From the GSPs. Yeah, that's a huge question right now. A lot of people don't think he's going to do what Dana White's, which Dana White promised that he was going to be fighting for the middleweight championship. But I honestly don't see it. I just don't see him staying at that weight. The way he looked, I mean, not that Bisping is a pushover, but Whitaker's an animal compared to Bisping, you know?
Oh, Whitaker's a monster.
Yeah.
Monster. Well, rumor has it is that GSP's been offered the Whitaker fight, but there's also rumors that he could drop the title and move that down, because GSP said this is not his ideal weight. This is too much weight for him to carry.
Yeah, I heard Freddie Roach talking about that. My thing is, if he drops the title, then Whitaker's going to be your champion, correct? Well, I mean, if they do another freaking interim title, I'm going to bust, you know. I'm so sick of interim titles. They don't mean anything. They're paper, you know.
Yeah, it's just like saying, oh, well, here's a championship. You're the co-champion until so-and-so gets back from an injury. When they get back from injury, they combine them, which is so retarded. If you get injured, I think you should drop the title and then get healthy and come back and face the champion.
Yeah. Personally, my prediction, I'm gonna say GSP goes back to welterweight and he fights Tyron Woodley. I know that Dana's already said that wouldn't happen, but that's personally what I feel is gonna happen. It's kind of what I hope happens.
Yeah, me too.
Because I think that's the fight that people really want to see.
I agree.
Here's my other prediction for that. I'm gonna say that if he goes to that weight class and beats Tyron Woodley, which is very doubtful that he would in the first place, but if he did, I'm gonna say that they set up him and Connor. I know that's crazy.
Yes. It's crazy talk.
But that's the fight to make, is it not?
Yeah, I believe so.
Or we'll see. Anderson Silva's got a big fight coming up with Kevin Gastelum. If he can knock out Kevin Gastelum like he used to, like a crazy knockout, they might set GSP up to fight Anderson, because that used to be the dream fight.
Yeah, it was.
So I mean, there's so many different things I could see GSP doing right now. I mean, he didn't look bad at middleweight. I mean, like I said, Bisping ain't no pushover. But my thing is if he fights one of these younger middleweights, I mean, he's gonna have a lot more trouble, to me. Because I mean, Luke Rockhold, if he fought Bisping again, dude, like that would be the end of Bisping.
I agree. He was so pissed off and he got beat.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty much fact that he didn't prepare for Bisping like he should have.
He thought Bisping was gonna be a pushover.
Yeah, which I mean everybody thought that. It's kind of like when T.J. Dillashaw, when he beat Hennon Barrow, nobody saw it, and then he beat him twice. But let's go on to the next person. Who do you think? I was surprised personally that Bisping didn't retire after the fight. I mean, I'd heard talks that he was going to retire. So I mean, who do you see Bisping fighting next? He's going to be fighting in England. It's going to be his last fight. That's pretty much fact by now.
Give it to Rocco. Let them hash out this war. Rocco got the best of them. I mean, Bisping got the best of Rocco.
Yeah.
I think Rocco wants another shot because he couldn't find nobody that wanted to fight him for months.
Right.
He comes in, he beats David Branch. Give him Bisping one more time.
100% agree. Actually, that's the fight that I'm playing right now in the game for the live stream. And the result was Rocco got the decision win, majority decision. But if it wasn't him, I would think it'd be somebody like Vitor Belfort. You know, some kind of easy fight that could work. But
I agree.
That's pretty much my predictions on Bisping's next fight. But we'll go on down the line. I mean, another loser was Joanna. Do you think she gets the automatic rematch, or?
I don't think she gets the automatic rematch.
I don't think she does either because of the way she lost, man. Like, she lost. I hate to talk about her like that because she was a dominant champion, but her loss did not look. I mean, she didn't look ready at all for one thing. And
no, not at all. She overlooked her, I believe.
Yeah, I totally agree with that.
She came in, thought she was going to be a pushover. And she saw really quick that she wasn't a pushover. And so she got whooped.
She did. I mean, she got stunned with a right hand before she even got knocked out. So it was crazy.
It was very crazy.
I didn't ever see that happening, man. It was wild.
I agree. It was something to behold.
But my question is though, who's Joanna gonna fight next? Like, you know, I mean, personally was looking past Rose and thought that she'd be fighting what's her face? Who was the chick that was so dominant? Jessica Andrade.
Jessica Andrade.
Yeah, that's who I thought that she'd be fighting next. Now, actually, that's who I think Rose will be fighting next. I don't think Joanna gets the rematch either.
I kind of see where you're coming from.
Yeah, that's the fight. That's the person that to me should be next in line for a title shot.
I agree.
But I don't know if it ain't. See, that's the fight that everybody kind of wanted to see. Here's my other kind of thought about it. What about Shevchenko at 125? Yeah, I mean,
she'll move up. I don't think she'll move up. I think she'll stick around.
Well,
that's what I think.
The time that she was supposed to step in for Amanda Nunes, that's the fight that she wanted to fight. Remember, she wanted that fight. So I mean, they fought before, and I think Shevchenko beat her once or twice actually. Maybe she wants to go do that fight and be a contender in that weight class. Maybe they said the weight cut was hard for her this time, so. I mean, you got to think about 115 pounds. That's not. It's not crazy for a woman to be, but if you work out a lot,
That's a lot of weight.
that's all. Yeah, I mean, I'm sure she's cutting from like at least 130. That's what most women probably weigh, right?
I believe you're right.
I mean, it's gonna be a tough weight cut for her to keep there, especially if she has an opportunity right now. She's not the champion anymore. She doesn't have to worry about it. Why not just go for more of a easier weight for her?
Yeah.
I mean, I think she could be dominant in a higher weight. I think she'd be dominant no matter what weight class she goes to.
Yeah.
So that brings us to who we think Rose is going to fight.
Well, I really couldn't tell you because since she's a champ, we got kind of some new contenders. The only one I could think of was either Andrade. I'd give it to, but I have a rematch to Karate Hottie.
Yeah, the Karate Hottie, I don't see that unless she wins another fight. I mean, to me, Andrade is the clear winner here. I mean, there's nobody else.
I can see it.
I mean, going back to Joanna, man, what about Paige Van Zandt? Because Paige Van Zandt, I don't know, they're trying to push her, though. Like, why would you want to put her in there with a killer?
Paige Van Zandt won't take the fight because she's already guaranteed to fight at the new 125 weight class coming in.
Yeah, but you think that they wouldn't change their mind if Joanna said, I want to fight for that title after what she's done?
I don't think they would because they done got their heart set on Paige Van Zandt taking that title.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, that's interesting. There's so many scenarios right now that could play out. Some great fights, too. I don't necessarily think that PVZ would be a very good fight with Joanna, but you never know at the weight class, you know. I mean, dude, just think about what Rose did to the Karate Hottie.
Yeah, she just destroyed.
If that fight never happened, she'd be in line for a title shot right now. I mean, she's been pretty dominant.
I totally agree with you, bud.
Well, let's just move on from that to, I guess, the Coco main event. I don't know how you would say that. TJ Dillashaw and Cody Garbrandt. This was disappointing to me. I'm a big-time Cody fan. And, dude, it bummed me out that Cody lost, dude. Especially after the way he was going in the first round. But anyways, who do we see Cody fight next? Because I don't see him getting a rematch. They didn't give Dominic a rematch, and you know they had more of a reason to give Dominic one than him. Do you think it's the winner of Dominic and who's he fighting?
I really couldn't tell you.
He's got a fight coming. I think he's got a fight coming up, and he's the #1 contender anyways. They gave TJ the fight over Dominic. I didn't really get that.
Yeah, that's kind of crazy. But you can tell that the bad blood between them two is a heated rival. I can see why they gave the fight to him.
Yeah, I mean, totally. I mean, and TJ is that good, man. TJ deserves it.
I agree. I know Killshot came in and killed him.
Yeah, he did. I mean,
he rocked him. He rocked him with that front head kick.
Yeah, and Cody, I mean, when we called the fight, I said that fight is so close it could go either way. You know, that was my prediction. I mean, was basically a draw, and which I went with Cody though, because I'm more of a Cody fan. But I tell you what, Dillashaw's got some of the best kickboxing in the UFC, and he's a really good wrestler. And Cody's more of a.
A lot better.
One thing about Cody though is he's more one-dimensional.
Yeah.
He's just a really good boxer. I mean, he is a good wrestler too, but he's not a wrestler like Dillashaw's level wrestler.
I agree.
So I mean, honestly, I think that Cody's gonna fight the winner between Dominic and whoever it was he's fighting. I don't remember his name. Was it Edson Barboza? Is that who it was?
It might be.
It's something like it's. I can't remember 100%. I don't want to say the wrong thing. But that's my prediction on that. Now it's time to go to Cody, though. I mean, who do you think? Who do you think that Cody is going to fight?
I think Cody should drop down and go fight either John Lineker or
You talking about Cody?
Cody, yeah. I think Cody should drop down and face, get his feet back underneath him, get a good, decent opponent, and then tell him why he's still dominant in that weight division.
Well, see, one thing about it is I think Cody has fought Lineker once. Which Lineker's just coming back off surgery too, so that would be a good fight. I'd really like to see that fight actually. But I mean, Cody's kind of ran through that division. He was 11-0 before he fought TJ.
Yep.
Now that's the question: who does TJ fight next? Does he drop down and fight Mighty Mouse? Would Mighty Mouse even accept that fight? Does he even have a decision anymore?
Well, there's heavy talks about that happening. He wants to. Not Cody. Killershaw wants to be a double champion.
Yeah.
Just like McGregor and Randy Couture, Dan Henderson, all these the Hall of Famers. He wants to put in that elite status like they are.
Yeah, I mean that's the move. If I'm Dillashaw, I'm going after that. Probably the pound for pound. In my opinion, he's the pound for pound greatest fighter in the UFC right now, or ever.
I agree.
I mean, the way he dominates folks. I mean, people want to say he doesn't fight anybody. Well, how can you compare that? Because the people that are in his division don't fight out of that division. I mean, it might be the most stacked division in the world. Nobody really can compare it to anything else.
To answer your question about who Dominic Cruz is fighting next, he is facing Jimmy Rivera at UFC 219, December 30th, live at the T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas, Nevada.
Yeah, I'm sorry about that, folks. I don't remember even who I said. I know it wasn't Jimmy Rivera, though. I think it might have been Edson Barboza. I think he's a middleweight, is he not?
I think that's correct.
Well, this is live, so it's not going to be perfect. But, yeah, I mean, that's who we think that Cody will be fighting next, the winner of that fight. Which I'd love to see him and Dominic Cruz fight again. Because Dominic's coming off that plantar fasciitis and said he's a lot better from it now, too. So, I don't know. That could be an interesting fight.
Yeah. It's going to be a tough fight, too.
Yeah, I mean, Dominic ain't no joke.
Dominic is Dominic.
So you think that Dillashaw's going to go down and wait and fight Mighty Mouse?
That's what all the rumors are saying, is that Dillashaw wants to drop down, face Mighty Mouse. He even called out Mighty Mouse at the end of the fight.
Yeah. Well, let me ask you this. Let's take away that he's dropping down. Let's just take that away. Who does he fight in that division? Honestly.
Ooh, that's a tough one. There's a lot of good talent in that division. That's a tough question.
I mean, I don't know if there's a clear answer there. I mean, to me, it would be give Cody a rematch. That would be my, like, if I could just say, if you're not going to drop weight, this is who you're going to fight, it'd be Cody again. Like, I'd like to see that fight again, actually.
Why don't we give, I can see us maybe giving Aljamain Sterling a shot at him.
That'd be cool. The only thing about him is he's not been tested enough to me. I mean, he's got...
That's true.
Oh, how did his last fight even turn out? I can't really remember. I know he won.
Sterling?
Yeah, I know he won, but I don't remember who he fought or how he won either.
I think Mr. Aljamain won by knockout in his last fight.
Yeah, it's a memory fault. It's so hard to remember names sometimes, especially when we're ill prepared. Notes, folks. I'm gonna get some notes next time. Anyways, well, let's move on. We went through GSP. Went through. Did we go through GSP?
We went through We've done them all. We think GSP should drop down and face Tyrone Woodley at his normal weight. We said Bisbee and Rocco should slug it out. We said Johanna should drop down and face I forgot who we said. Valentino Shevchenko. We said Rose should face the Karate Hottie. And we just got done discussing that maybe Dylan Shaw and Aljamain and Cody and maybe John Lineker or somebody like Brian Calloway or John Dodson to give him back up. Or maybe Thomas Almeida would be a good fight for Cody.
Yeah, isn't his fight coming up Saturday too? I think he's got a fight this Saturday. If I'm not 100, I'm not 100 on that, but I thought that his fight was this Saturday. It may be coming up though. I know he's got a fight though. I just don't remember when it is.
Well, let's just take a look at Twitter.
I'll tell you what, dude, Dotson, he's a really good fighter in that weight division. Nobody wants to see him and Monty Mouse fight again, but
you were correct. John Dotson is facing Moraes.
Listen, dude,
this Friday night.
That's a tough fight, dude. Maybe we should save it for Thursday because we're doing a prediction video Thursday for this weekend's fight night on Fox. So if you're not a subscriber already, hit the subscribe button. Let us know in the comments if you agree or disagree with our future fight predictions and what you thought of UFC 217. To me, like I said, dude, that was probably the best card I've ever watched.
I agree.
But, you want to end it on that note, Maxwell?
I think we should.
Alright, well,
I think we've done all the talking we should muster out of this few minutes.
Yeah, well, we want to keep doing videos like this weekly for the UFC, and possibly we've been talking about doing like WWE, maybe some other things,
some challenge videos.
Yeah, Maxwell wants to eat what is that, the burger, the Big Mac challenge or whatever?
Not me, I ain't gonna try that.
I thought you said you were gonna try it.
No, I don't have the body shape to try that. Thanks, it's too massive. I'd be shitting for days if I did that.
Well, anyways, guys, thanks for watching the video. Remember to hit the subscribe button for future content. And, you know, just let us know what you think in the comments about our predictions, and you know, give us some of your own. And if you'd like to, I've done fantasy fight on the game, like the fights that you like, your dream fights. Just put them in the comments, and we'll make another fantasy fight video soon. You know, GSP and Anderson Silva, that's one of the biggest fantasy fights ever. Like, we could do that, and just whatever, man. Just let us know. We appreciate you watching. Say goodbye.
Bye. Enjoy
Love
your
you.
night. And please hit that subscribe button. Get us up to 10 views, please.
Yeah, we need at least 10 views on each video, or else I'm quitting. Alright,
well,
bye.
Guys, until Thursday night.
Yeah, we'll see you Thursday. Remember to tune in Thursday for our predictions for this weekend.
Bye, everybody.
Bye. Love you.